Hello, I'm Robert Culp. Tonight on Comedy Central's Spyography, we turn our spotlight on the world of the nemesis. In the international game of intrigue, it takes both cat and mouse, mongoose and snake, good and evil. The subject of our program tonight, a mastermind, a villain, a madman, a power monger bent on world domination, and a father. Join us for this installment of Spyography, the Dr. Evil story.
I was voted Mr. Fist in 1954. Left-hand division. All right, zip it.
You can't even...
Zip it. Zip.
Look,
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, exhibit A.
No, but would you please back me up?
Look, I'm Zippy Longstocking.
Dr. Evil is a mastermind of great intelligence, able to step on a bug and to say, too bad.
My father is a huge ass. But he's a really good dancer, though.
The evil business has changed so much over the years, but he keeps up with the times. He's still got his finger on the pulse of the evil community.
He doesn't understand love, baby. He's anti-love.
There's so many different facets of his character, but Dr. Evil is Dr. Evil.
Pre-war Europe, a continent on the verge of conflict. And in a small town in Belgium, the seed of great evil takes root.
When I was a child, we used to play a game called Stink Mop. What would happen is one child would pee into a bucket, get a mop, and begin a game of tag, until one was it. I invented quotation fingers, or so I think. From that time on, you get scarred towards humanity, and you realize that the only way to consistently not be it is to be literally it, and to rule the world, so that I would never again have to be smacked in the mouth with a urine-filled mop.
A cruel childhood faded into memory as Dr. Evil moved closer to his dream, total world domination. Only one man stood in his way.
Austin Powers serially thwarts all of my plans for world domination. So I decided to become the snake to his mongoose. Or mongoose. I don't know animals. As you know, Austin Powers was frozen in 1967. Therefore, I will travel to 1969. 2 years after he was frozen. He'll be helpless. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to travel through time. I bid you adieu.
Dissecting the eternal Powers Evil battle of wills, Dr. Mindy Cohn, author of He Ain't Heavy, He's My Nemesis.
Wow. I could have written volumes about the homoerotic undertones that surround the Austin-Dr. Evil relationship, but my publishers feared a libel suit from Dr. Evil.
I don't know, my therapist said that the whole Austin Powers thing is some repressed homoerotic tendencies.
Well, Austin and I used to know each other at the academy, and then over a girl it all went horribly wrong. I don't like to talk about it.
I don't know where he ends and I begin, really. I know that makes me sound like Catherine Deneuve.
Dr. Evil is so obsessed with Austin.
We're all obsessed with Austin.
Oh, there's obsession and obsession. So a man spends billions of dollars, travels through time and space, ignores his family and friends for decade after decade in a sad, desperate conflict with another man? Is that so wrong?
Well, it's often been put to me, does a villain need a great adversary? And the answer is no. For the most part, adversaries are kind of a pain in the ass, actually. I think I'd be better off just winning.
Dr. Evil, power-hungry mastermind or just misunderstood?
I'm my own worst enemy.
We'll discover more when Comedy Central's Spyography, the Dr. Evil story, returns.
Myers Mania. 8 straight hours of SNL starring the one, the only Mike Myers.
Kick back with your family and friends and watch endless hours of me.
Part of Myers Mania, today starting at noon, only on Comedy Central.
Could a mid-size sedan bring joy to your life? It can if it has a powerful V6, plenty of room for 5, and the freedom of America's best warranty plan. The Sonata from Hyundai. Life is better with one.
They seem like big portobello mushrooms.
They don't really have sharp teeth.
The eye is just kind of...
Stingrays. Somewhere between swimming with stingrays, parasailing, and the rock wall, it hits you. This is way more than a cruise. See for yourself at RoyalCaribbean.com. Get out there.
Want to feel fresh all day long? Try FDS. It's so gentle on skin. You can use it every day to feel clean and refreshed. With 5 soft, wonderful fragrances to choose from, you can end each day as clean, confident, and carefree as you started it. FDS. Start fresh, stay fresh. And introducing the new smaller-sized FDS Personals. Now you can take FDS anywhere.
So, Marge, you got a Serta mattress, too?
Yeah, it's so comfortable. I don't need you anymore.
Oh, Serta makes me so mad. I'd like to rip that mattress apart. You too, one. Hey, tell me that wasn't the do not remove under penalty of law label.
So what are you in for?
Well, we got caught tearing a man to pieces.
You'll feel the difference the moment you lie down. Serta, we make the world's best mattress.
Comedy Central Summer Movie Megaplex presents Duncan Pinderhughes. He's not your average brother.
I use the word be, followed by the gerund or the first person singular of the verb.
Blade Brown is not your average student.
I need help with my dissertation in my biology class. I don't want to look like no fool.
For two brothers that don't mix, they sure get mixed up in some crazy stuff. When they mix it up with the boys that are hoods. Kid and Play starring Class Act.
Tonight at 8 p.m. only on Comedy Central.
Dr. Evil and Austin Powers, eternal partners in the dance between good and evil, as we return to Spyography, the Dr. Evil story.
There are 5 key elements to a good world domination plan. 1, some sort of thermonuclear device. 2, some sort of exotic delivery system. 3, some means of closed-circuit television in which you can talk to the president. It takes a while. It takes about 2 years to put in all the cameras and all the wiring. A lot of people ask questions like, why is this camera here? Who's this for? Dr. Evil? That doesn't make sense. Oh well, more pressing matters. And 4, a good sense of self. Yeah. Gotta love yourself, I think, before you can take over the world. Yeah. And 5, there isn't really any 5th element. No.
So try and hatch a master plan and be all like, everybody listen to my master plan. I'm all smart and blah, blah, blah. And then it sucks and everybody knows it. But, you know, you have to kind of follow blindly because he'll kill you.
Each of his evil plans is handcrafted like fine cabinetry. You don't find that commitment to detail anymore. Who has the time?
All the I want is Dr. Evil. I want money. I want world domination. I want a hollowed-out volcano to live in.
Well, what is the yearning for ultimate planetary control, if not a barely sublimated need to be on top?
I don't know what his deal is. You know, some people like golf. Some people like building ships in bottles. He's always got to be taking the world hostage.
Hobby. Just a hobby. Before that, it was hockey cards.
Determined to rule the world, Dr. Evil traveled through time to ensure his success.
Oh, he's so dumb with the, whole time machine and going back. And, I said, if you can go back in time, why don't you just find Austin Powers when he's, like, sleeping or taking a dump, and kill him, And he said, no, there's no finesse to that, and that lacks style and creativity, and dumbass.
Austin Powers always defeats me because he has mojo.
Mojo?
Mojo. The libido, the life force, the essence, the right stuff. What the French call a certain... I don't know what. Ladies and gentlemen, I've developed a device for traveling through time which I call a time machine. Using this time machine, I'm going to go back to the 60s and steal Austin Powers' mojo.
Austin doesn't need any more mojo. He uses his mojo like it was water.
And that's what makes him cool and hip and spunky and fashionable and suave. They don't sell it though, because I looked on the internet.
How about one of your world's famous massages?
You mean a sensual massage? Right then. Okay, here we go. Yes, yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Something's itching me. That's better.
Crikey.
Nobody in the world would think of taking somebody's mojo except Dr. Evil.
There are two forces. The love mojo that comes out is very natural. It's like a child's laugh. Then there is the evil forces.
I don't have mojo. No, I have anti-mojo. It's the antithesis of mojo. It's the alkaline to the acid of mojo. It's the chocolate to the peanut butter of mojo. As you know, peanut butter is chocolate's natural enemy.
Running an evil empire can be a lonely business, as we discover when Comedy Central's biography of the Dr. Evil story continues.
On an all-new Crank Anchors, don't miss the call that started an internet sensation.
You cannot place a graphic ad.
What about the donka-donka?
New crank calls, new puppets, new Crank Anchors. Pick it up tonight at 10:30, only on Comedy Central.
Well, aloha. That means hello. Hey, if you make a collect call, dial in the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you and cheap for them. Look, that's odd. It's for you. So weird. Hello?
Save on every call. Use 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Well, that would explain the stomach pains.
How long have I got, Doc?
Not long.
Long enough to go get a delicious Mike's Hard Cranberry Lemonade?
Mike's makes a hard cranberry lemonade?
You bet.
That does sound tasty.
A hard day calls for a hard cranberry lemonade. Make it Mike's.
For a deodorant antiperspirant that won't fail you, switch to Mitchum. Strongest ingredients, maximum protection.
You need more NASCAR. Rev up the NASCAR Winston Cup Series telecast with 5 in-car channels of race coverage and real-time in-car data. Now you can switch from car to car, ride along, and listen in from start to finish. Only on In Demand. Get it all on digital cable with the NASCAR in-car package. Call today to order. Order the half-season package now from AT&T Broadband.
The beach at Floor & Decor with marble slate and hardwoods galore. Summertime outside, it's hot. Time to remodel with Travertino Terracotta. Tidal wave savings are a tropical breeze on this and that and even these. Shake your booty and do the hula. Come on down and save big moolah. Join the luau celebration, cause now we have 2 locations. Aloha from Floor & Decor. Low prices, big selection, and so much more.
How does a power-hungry madman bent on world domination juggle career and family? We'll find out as we return with Spyography, the Dr. Evil story.
Well, it's hard being an evil single parent, especially with a child who just refuses to be evil in any way, did his homework, respected animals, generally nice. I don't buy it. I don't cotton to it.
I still kind of resist him because, you know, he always tries to kill me and yells and, like, doesn't pay the cable bill, you know?
I wish that Dr. Evil and Scott had more of a relationship.
Yeah, it's a little, you know, infantilizing, and I don't really appreciate him stifling my creativity. My therapist said that. $1 trillion is more than $1 billion.
All right, zip it.
You can't even...
Zip it. Zip.
Look,
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Exhibit A.
Number 2, would you please back me up?
Look, I'm Zippy Longstockings. I can't. When a problem comes along, you must zip it. Zip it good. Well, I once said to Scott, who's going to rule the world when I die? Scott, he's not interested.
You know, I saw this ad where you can get a degree in, like, TV VCR repair or, like, child daycare, you know, and that might be a good platform on which to build an evil empire.
He disappoints me constantly. He's trying so very hard to win his father's attention and approval. But unfortunately, there's a new child in town, Mini-Me.
Dr. Evil, while you were frozen, we began a program to clone you.
Cool.
Cindy the Clown!
He is exactly like you in every way. Except 1/8 your size.
He's evil in every way, and he fits easily into most overhead storage bins. Yeah, quite compact. He's not even a yard.
Sometimes I'm afraid I could step on him.
Everybody, it's all Mini-Me's cute. Mini-Me's funny. Mini-Me knows karate. You know? I hate that guy.
Mini-Me, are you hungry? Something to eat? Not even a hot pocket? An Eggo? No, we don't gnaw on our kitty. Leave Mini Mr. Bigglesworth alone. Just love him, stroke him. Cat of the Year, I felt very good about that. Unfortunately, because of time travel, he's now completely hairless. And having him in your hands is like holding somebody's ass. It's like holding a hot ass. Haven't done that in a long time, since the Folies Bergère. You know, when you just hold a hot ass like that. What do you feel like doing? Spot of croquet? Should we taunt some people? No, let's hold a hot ass.
Running an evil organization of this size and scope takes a loyal, dedicated staff.
Mostly I like a henchman to be mute, to be kind of blind and deaf, not really see the good guys infiltrating. They have to fit the suit.
I've worked with Dr. Evil for many, many, many years. Most of my life I've been with Dr. Evil.
Number 2, yeah, I've known him for years. He's run the legitimate face of my evil empire.
Several years ago, we invested in a small Seattle-based coffee company. Today, Starbucks offers premium quality coffee at affordable prices. Delish. I'm very happy to be with Dr. Evil. We've had our moments, but we're together.
For a while, he was number 1. Then for a while, he was number 12. He worked his way up to number 2. I thought about having a system of 2.7 and 2.8. But it's too rococo, too Byzantine, too busy.
Dr. Evil, If we shift our resources away from evil empires and towards Starbucks, we can increase our profits 5-fold.
Number 2, I make the decisions here, okay? I demand a little respect.
Dr. Evil, you have a little of the...
Silence! I will not tolerate your insolence!
Number 2, you want to know about number 2. Well, I don't know why he needs number 2 so much. I mean, anything that number 2 can do, I could do, but they go back way back, you know, way back.
Frau Verbissen is very strong, very strong. I watch out for her, I can tell you. I keep my eye on her.
She's in the militant wing of the Salvation Army. She decided that there should be force and violence in the struggle for making sure people get old coats.
My relationship with Dr. Evil is professional, always has been, always will be, no matter what we do. I respect him for that.
I met her at Gymnasia in Baden-Baden, near Orlik-Pottenkirchen, the corner of Gerandeschleife and Flügen, right by the McDonald's.
Sometimes I'm his mother, sometimes I'm his friend, sometimes I'm, you know, okay, his servant, whatever, but I'm always there for him.
Women just dig me for what I can do for them and who I can kill for them. But, you know, I think I'll find the right Mrs. Evil. Early days yet. It's hard. There are so few evil mixers.
We'll be right back with more of Comedy Central's Spyography, the Dr. Evil story.
Tonight at 8, tune in for the Summer Movie Megaplex presentation of Class Act. Then it's The Man Show and Crank Yankers, only on Comedy Central.
At our cooking school in Italy, the food is so delicious, we send Olive Garden chefs there just to learn the recipes. Their teacher is Chef Neri, and we're pleased to tell you that now she's taught them how she creates a special dish called lobster spaghetti. How she takes tender lobster and fresh spinach, sautés them in a creamy lobster broth, then tosses it all with pasta, which is just how our chefs will make this dish for you tonight at Olive Garden. Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
Once upon a time, a dirty floor meant a lot of work. Not anymore, thanks to America's #1 mopping system, Clorox Ready Mop. Simply squirt, and the special Clorox floor cleaner gets your whole floor sparkling clean. The kind of clean you expect from Clorox. No more buckets, no more filthy water. When you're done, just toss the pad, dirt and all. Works great on wood, too. New Clorox Ready Mop, the extraordinary mop in a box from Clorox.
This thing is so uncomfortable.
Pain's comfort. It's a beautiful thing.
This summer, if you want to be the best, you have to take the biggest risk.
You gotta be pro to handle something like that.
You think you can surf it for real?
You know it.
What are you trying to prove? This is all I've ever wanted.
Balloon Crush. Rated PG-13. At theaters August 16th.
Comedy Central's got one man with major mojo and the ladies that love to love him.
Right on, sugar.
Catch a naughty look at his latest adventure, Austin Powers in Goldmember. Spyography, The Women of Austin Powers. Next, only on Comedy Central.
We now return to Comedy Central's Spyography, the Dr. Evil story.
Well, begin the countdown at 30. Yeah.
30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23.
You know what? When the doors close, just say go. Better.
I'm not seeing a new, fresh crop of evil people. I'm a little disappointed. The evil rookies out there, it's a far and few between. No, disappointed. No one has any interest in world domination.
I would love to be in charge of the evil empire.
You know, if I was running things, I would definitely try to, kill people right off instead of keeping them around and telling them my plans.
I love this empire that we've created.
No. You want to run things here?
No, not at all.
Huh? You want to be daddy? Is that it? Number two, you want to wear the daddy pants? Huh? You gonna cry? You gonna cry? Huh? You gonna cry? You gonna cry?
What are you?
Huh? You're gonna squirt some? You gonna cry? Huh? Yeah, see, you're gonna cry, huh? You're a big man now, huh? Yeah, thought so. I run seminars. I turn to all of my henchmen, get them in a large auditorium, and I say, I want you all to stand up and look under your seat. And underneath, you'll see a $1 bill. And what's the point of that? The point is you have to get up off your ass to make a buck. Things like that.
Now, believe it or not, I've thought of leaving the evil business, probably, quick thought, like maybe for a day. Because it so inspires me and it's stimulating. But I thought, what would I do? I don't know, maybe a boarding school for young girls.
In 10 years, I never see myself leaving Dr. Evil.
I'll kind of just go where the day takes me, I think. And if the day takes me to, hosting a cable access game show, I could do that.
I'd like to leave a legacy of despair.
As long as there are lasers to fire and governments to threaten, this modern-day Sisyphus will continue his lonely uphill battle for world domination.
I'd like to be remembered as an evil man who had an evil plan, who tried his evil best, who walked an evil mile, wore some evil shoes, listened to some evil music, made a little love, got down tonight. I'd like to think that I made a difference,
For Austin Powers and his arch-enemy, Dr. Evil, each dawn brings with it another chapter in this never-ending story of good and evil. This summer, the filmed version of one of their greatest contests comes to the screen. But for these two worthy adversaries, it will be just another day of cat and mouse. I'm Robert Culp for Comedy Central's Spyography. Thank you for watching.